So in this practice, we're going to continue to build on some of the practices we've been doing. Again, pulling from a sustainable compassion training as shared with me by my teacher, John McCransky, and some of his teachers. As we find practices and ways to embody and enact a beloved community, both on and off the cushion. The experience of sharing moments of love and care with others. Those around us who we find easily lovable and adorable, and maybe increasingly those around us who we've been conditioned to experience as simply strangers, perhaps even slightly difficult. So go ahead and find a posture that provides both comfort and alertness. Eyes gazing gently downward. A moment of connection and appreciation for the land that you're on. Knowing that you could always return to the literal grounding of your practice and your being anytime throughout this meditation, and certainly throughout your day. And finding your breath, if it's available to your level of awareness right now. Inhaling into the abdomen. Maybe even feeling a gentle expansion. And exhaling slowly and completely. And with your next exhale, releasing all worries. Just for the moment of the duration of these practices. You can certainly pick them up after. This is your time. And with another exhale, letting the breath draw you into kind of settling into a natural rhythm. And into this space, you can invite your field of care. Maybe these are caring moments that are newly available to you, moments that bring you joy to recall, moments of connection, of belonging, deep acceptance, moments when no matter who you thought you were, what you thought you were about, someone held you in a deep push of love and well-being just by their presence. Maybe no words were spoken or acts exchanged. And as we invite this field of care that could be made up of these caring moments, so too caring figures or even spiritual beings, spiritual teachers or guides may come to mind, allowing you to inhabit that moment of care as though it's happening right now. So just taking a few moments to paint with a paintbrush of your awareness a whole retinue of care, maybe even going ahead and visualizing it above your head and the space all around you. All these endless moments of care at the bus stop, the grocery store, maybe it was at an airport. A moment of care between you and a friend. A moment of deep awe at a sunrise or a rain shower. A moment of release and the embrace of another. A moment of communion at the words or lyrics of a song, a speech. Allow a slight smile to meet your whole body as it's touched by this moment of tender, loving energy. As though the moment lives on at this very moment. And as though this field of care transcends time and story and simply infuses your whole body, your whole being, every nook and cranny of your mind. every part of you loved in its very being, unconditionally. And just basking in this radiance, like the warm glow of the sun. And if any experience arises during this time that's calling your attention, maybe it's a sensation of the body, or a coalesced part of you that's having a difficult time with this practice, a part that's maybe trying to do it right or questioning whether or not that love was real or you deserve it all, or whatever it is that might arise during this time, without trying to change it in any way. Just become aware of that which arises. And with that awareness, see if you can simply allow it to be enveloped by the radiance itself. So, in some sense, nothing for you to do, but almost step out of the way of managing it, having any kind of agenda toward it, and instead allow it to bask in the similar radiance, letting it have the space to relax and find its own place and its own time. The contact and the connection with this caring field of care, this radiance, it doesn't have to be eclipsed by anything that arises. Instead, there could be almost this leaning back that you might even find in your physical posture, just a slight leaning back and an expansion of your view, an expansion of your heart. That as the knee pain arises, as the worry or the longing or any other part, it too may be embraced and held by this field of care. Now bring into your mind's eye somebody who is so dear to you, somebody who it just feels so easy and uncomplicated to bring to mind at the invitation of sending a wish of love and care to them, a wish of deep well-being. And just bringing them to mind puts a smile on your face in this unconditional way. Their very being, evoking this deep communion with yours. Bring that being to mind. You can even go as far as to visualize them in front of you. Maybe their smiling face, some other characteristic of theirs. While continuing to receive the loving energy from within your caring figure, your caring moment, your field of care that perhaps is still above and around you, while continuing to receive the radiance of that loving energy. Let that gentle energy come through you now to the being in front of you, as if you're a window pane of sorts. Imagine that the being's whole being is infused by this energy. May they be deeply well. Communing with them in their deep dignity and worth. Wishing them well. Let this flow of energy help you sense that the being before you is beyond your limiting impressions of them, that there's something else possible here. That this being before you has a whole life experience, a deep dignity and capacity, just simply wishing them well. And certain times in this practice, what you might notice is that other quote unquote dear ones might try to sneak their way in right there in front of you. Don't resist it. It's all good. The radiance from this depth of being and belonging is big enough, abundant enough. So feel free to bring to mind any other beings for whom it's just inexplicably easy to send this gentle wish of love and care. And while continuing to be in the receptive mode of the abundance of the radiance coming from the caring figures and caring moments, basking in their healing glow, like a window pane, allowing that glow, allowing that healing energy to extend to those dear ones in front of you. May they be deeply well and happy, abundant and healthy. Letting this flow of energy help you commune with those in front of you and their dignity and worth beyond any limiting impressions. Wishing them deeply well. Allow your heart and mind to trust and release all the images in front of you and frameworks, and fall gently and completely open. Dropping below the thinking mind, letting patterns of thought and feeling that arise just unwind and release within this utter openness of awareness, the space of warmth and deep acceptance, letting all be. And in this moment of transition between formal practice and informal practice, inviting the possibility of bringing into your life brief moments of connection with this depth of care. Allowing this field of care that's all around you within your moment by moment awareness to inform your stance, to inform your gaze, to inform your speech and action, thus painting a world in front of you that is a reflection of the world within you, one that is deeply worth of dignity and love. May it be so.